Listen, you see, I'm fucked up already. The music stopped so quick. I'm like, oh shit. What's up, y'all? Welcome to a new episode of Transcending the Culture. I am one half of the duo of the super duo. I'm James. I got my girl, Cat Queen, here with me. What's up, Cat?
Meow.
Listen, I'm gonna take that. Listen, it's been so much going on, y'all. We got a whole lot happening today. We got a really dope and amazing guest with us tonight. This fella. Listen, I'm so tongue tied today, but the gentleman that is with us today, he is already UGD extended fam. So he was on the cover of he was in UG Digital magazine some years back. I can't even remember if he did the cover or not, but we're gonna talk definitely about the past days. We're gonna talk about the current things that he has going on. Our guest tonight, I know you guys are wondering, and I haven't mentioned his name. It is Mr. James Artissen, and I feel like I'm saying the name wrong, but we're gonna talk about all of that when we you have a slight name change. So we are definitely gonna bring him up in a couple minutes. I actually just have a couple announcements to make. I need you guys to hit ugdigital.com. We have a lot of updates on the site. Definitely new shows that are going to be coming to the network, but just a lot of news and stuff. Funkmaster Flex is getting like the key to New York, and I posted about that earlier today, and I think y'all should definitely check that out. It's a lot of stuff that's going to be going on surrounding that at the beginning of August. Actually, August 7th is the date that he's going to receive the key. But then I also wanted to make sure that I made mention of Tweet, because if y'all know me, y'all know that I have been in love with Tweet since the day she came out. And listen, she's been in this business. It's been almost 25 years, because I think she came out 2001, if I'm not mistaken, like 2001. Somewhere around in there. I know I was working at UH, and I had just started working at UH when it came out. UH in 2001. So nevertheless, she has signed a new deal, and she's gonna be putting some new music out. And I just wanted to make sure that I made mention of that too, because I just love Tweet. I'm working my hand and doing everything that I could do, and I might have to, I don't know what, I might have to do some here on the network, but I'm ready. I'm ready. It's a lot of stuff going on. We got some amazing people that we can't necessarily mention yet, but they're going to be coming to Cat Got Your Tongue. We got several platforms that are launching here on the network, including Soap Dish. We got the Game Changer in Boston. We have the J Spot, which that just came about today, and we're gonna talk a little bit about that later. But the J Spot is going to be coming. And that's just a complete brand with me, where I'm gonna just be connecting with y'all, having some chats with y'all. Some of them just talking, just shooting the breeze, and then some of them it might be some serious things too. But I'm in a place where I really want to let you guys into my world, and I was kind of doing that with the Black Print a little bit, but the whole gist of the Black Print really has changed now, since that's more aligned with my book that's going to be coming out, also called the Black Print. So I wanted to launch the J Spot just so that I could have another avenue where I could really connect with y'all, really talk to y'all, let y'all know what's going on, let y'all into my world. Y'all will get to see kind of the day in, day out of Kat and I running this media company, running this podcast network, and launching these new platforms. We have a platform called The Panel, which is going to be launching actually spring right now. It's looking like spring of 2026. But that is like your talk shows that you see out there, like The View. It is definitely in line with that. So we are casting for that. We are looking for several women to be on the platform for that show. It is called The Panel. That's going to be coming to the network as well. So it's a lot of stuff
Ooh, look who we got in the building,
Really,
James.
really hard. DJ Squirt. I just love me some DJ Squirt. I'm so happy
Yes.
that she is on here. DJ Squirt and I. Well, I'm not gonna say we reconnected a week or so ago because we really have been connected since she had come back to. Now she is in good old Houston, and I done already told her about your people's down in Houston, Cat.
Yeah. Yes.
See, listen, Cat got all the sound effects. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Cat got the sound effects. But listen, when I tell you,
look, you got somebody interested in being on
DJ
the
Squirt,
panel.
we gonna talk. Listen. We just talked a couple hours ago, but we gonna talk about that because I gotta get that together. So I'm taking my time with it. I've been working on it for a little bit, but I am gonna be working on getting that out in spring. More like going into third quarter of next year. So that's really like spring, summer next year. But it's a lot of stuff happening.
She said, "Are you still mad at her for going to ATL?"
Hell no, because listen, you and I both have always been in a place where if the other person is doing something to better themselves and this is gonna get them to that next level, you better go. I'd have been mad at you to go to ATL because you got to do what's good for you. You got to do what's good for you, no matter what. So, and at the end of the day, huh?
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say at the end of the day, the people who love you, if you got to pick up and go somewhere, the people who love you gonna follow you. So I done been to ATL since you had been down there, and I will be to Texas, and like we follow each other. So I never was mad at you. I just be picking with you. I never was mad at you. Like I'm in this because of you. So I can never be mad at you. But go ahead, Kat.
No, I was just going to tell everybody, if they don't know, please check out the interview that you did with DJ Squirt this past weekend. It was amazing. I was on there, and she was dropping all kind of diamonds and stuff. So y'all make sure y'all check that out.
Listen, when you like it, you just have to know who she is and know what she does to really have an understanding of the person that she is. But like me being connected to internet radio, while I did it before a little bit before I came to her, I got the jewels and the foundation and all of that stuff from her. Like my first connection with my first face-to-face connection with Coca Brown was with DJ Squirt, and it was in her studio because I had talked to Coca Brown for the People versus OJ Simpson, but we did that over the phone. So when I finally met her face to face, it was with DJ Squirt in her studio. Like we did Atlanta trips. Like some of them infamous trips were Tip. I'm sorry, Tip, but I know Tiffany be watching too. But some of them infamous trips where Tiffany was acting the fool. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
She was part of So but DJ Squirt was there though. And
thank you for the love, Squirt. I definitely loved the interview, and I can't wait to work with you more. I'm sure we family now, girl.
Absolutely, but I'm gonna cut all that short, and I really just wanted to say, after I'd say I love you, DJ Squirt, I love you, but I wanted to make sure that I shouted out Tweet signing her new deal. You can definitely hit ugdigital.com and get more information on that, and then also Funkmaster Flex receiving the key to New York City. You guys can check that out on the website because we actually just posted that release today, so you can get more information on that. That kind of was all that I had before we bring our guest in. But did you have some more stuff?
No, we can. I'll get to that in hot topics. I got some different events that your girl Kat will be a part of, and I'll let you guys know that, and you'll be able to purchase some tickets and come support us. So let's get into this guest. I'm just so excited.
Yes,
I've been on my music tip. Like I've been looking for new artists and artists with soul and substance and stuff.
Right,
so I've just been so excited for the past few guests that we've been having, and this next guest, I'm just so excited. So
yeah, absolutely. So without any further ado, I want to go ahead and welcome in our guest tonight, Mr. James Artissen.
Yo,
what's up, sir? Am I saying
what's
that
up,
right?
man? No, you saying it perfect.
Okay, because I'm like, I did 2 records. I'm like, I feel like I'm fucking that up. I really did.
You got it, man.
Listen, man, I know we talked a little bit before we came on live, but I just want to say again, like how much I really, really appreciate you because like when we connected the first time, I really was in a place of just getting started. Like I've been doing media again for like 24 years. So I started doing media in 2001. Kelly Price was my first interview. But when I connected with you, I had literally just launched my own platform. Like I had the magazine, but it was brand new. And you know how this game is. So it's like it's hard to get people. Like I stumbled up on Angela Robinson from the Haves and the Have Not. She did the cover of the first issue. But then it was like I was getting good people, but then it's like a lot of people I was reaching out to I couldn't really get because I didn't necessarily have the connections and people didn't know who I was. So like when you came on board and you did it, I can't even remember who connected us or how we got connected. I just was grateful that you came along because I, you know, in my mind I was like, man, I'm hitting it, like I'm big, like this shit. So, like, I appreciate you, man. Like past,
It's
present.
always love, man. It's always love, man. And you've always shown me love, man, and I appreciate that.
Absolutely. We definitely will get into, you know, obviously your career, kind of your beginnings, and then everything in between, and then as well what's going on with you now. But I want to make sure that I give you the formal introduction to Cat Queen too. The cool thing about this platform is that even though we do our best to stay on a professional tip, the reality is we're family, like we're cousins, and we both had got degrees in media, and we wanted to do some shit together. So like we really
That's
build it.
amazing.
And it's cool. Like the platform, we trying to take it along those lines. So like we have a sports platform called the Game Changer, which is actually my nephew who wants to be a sports. He wants to be a sportscaster. When he goes to college and all of that, and he's 15. So he's launching his first podcast. So he's going to be on the network. And we've had other family. I'm launching a kind of like a replay. Like I don't know if you've seen the Living Single podcast where they're kind of going through like the old episodes.
Yeah.
We're doing some stuff like that kind of with some of the other TV shows, and I'm actually doing that with my mother. So my mother, 72, finna be doing a podcast with me.
Wow.
Cool, man. Like I love what I'm doing, and I'm trying to build this around our lives and just everyday life. So it ain't that corporate structure or nothing like that. Like we are making this work around our lives and our kids and stuff that we got going on, and it's cool. But because of people like you, we're able to do this. So thank you. And then again, the formal introduction. This is Cat Queen. And I'll let
So
you
good to meet you, Kat. So good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm so glad that you're here. James has sent me some of your music, and I've been kind of telling our viewers about this. I've been on this kind of kick to really find some good music. You know, I'm a millennial, and I feel like, you know, I'm outgrowing some of the artists, you know, that's coming out now, and I'm reaching out and, you know, expanding my horizons. So I'm so glad to have been exposed to your music, and so now I got something I can add to my playlist.
Hey.
Something really, you know, we don't just have everybody on the show. We don't just pump everybody's head up. Like we find people we really like. We find people that are really out here moving and talented and stuff. So just thank you for being here, and let's get into this interview.
Let's get it.
Absolutely. So kind of take us back to the beginning, man. Like how did you first get your start?
Ooh, okay. So in a nutshell, I'm from Queens, New York. Been around music pretty much my whole life. You know, I always tell people me wanting to be in the music business and entertainment is kind of like the inevitable because, you know, even if I tried to get away from it, I just couldn't get away from it.
Yeah.
So, you know, grew up around all genres pretty much, you know, from of course hip hop and R&B, but dance music, house music, soul, you know, you name it, I had it in the house, you know, CDs, vinyls, what have you. But really more in depth, I really kind of made a decision of wanting to do music because I got to meet my idol, which was Michael Jackson.
Okay. Wow.
And yeah, and I met him when I was 11 years old.
Like if I could have met Michael, and mind you, I remember this like it was yesterday when I was 6 and I went to the tour with him in the Jackson 5, and I had the little Mike Thriller jacket, and like I thought I was somebody, man. I wish to God I could have met Michael Jackson. I'm gonna need you to shut up. Like,
no, because my sister had that same Thriller jacket. I'm telling telling you, like, with
I'd be so mad at my father
black
because
shoes.
yeah, I'd be so mad at my father because he let my grandmother's house go and my Thriller jacket was still in the attic.
Oh no.
Listen, my sister had the Jerry curl in the jacket, and
I ain't
she
had
thought
a
she
curl,
was
but
Michael. Listen, she took it all the way there, honey.
I wasn't doing the curl.
Pepsi commercial Jerry curl. You know,
I had enough
Look,
with my
them jackets was the ish back then.
you wasn't nothing if you ain't had that jacket, okay?
That's a fact. That's a
right,
fact.
right. Now that's dope, man. So how did you end up meeting Michael Jackson?
Yes.
So in a nutshell, my father at the time, he did security for a lot of celebrities.
Okay.
And this particular day, I remember I was like in some Michael Jackson fan club or something. This is like early 2000s, like
Okay.
where we still had to dial up internet.
Okay. Yeah.
And we had we it was some fan club that I was a part of, and they would send out, newsletters and information when Michael Jackson would be in your city or whatever. And we were in Jersey, and he was saying that, hey, we're gonna go into the city today and hang out, blah blah blah. So I'm thinking it's just a regular day. We pull up to Manhattan, and it's all these buses everywhere, all these cars, these people, and all these Michael Jackson impersonators and pictures. I'm like, yo, what is going on? Come to find out, it's a Michael Jackson event. Now, I still didn't know that he was going to be there or not. It was
Right.
just an event. But as soon as we got in, this was at Webster Hall in New York. And we went in, and it turned out to be a event catered to him, but he was accepting an award that night.
Gotcha.
Pretty much after the show was over with, we got to meet him backstage at the green room.
That's
And
dope.
the funniest thing though, when I got to the green room, you would think that it's security everywhere, there's bodyguards everywhere. I mean, it's freaking Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah.
So we knock on the door, and he opens the door. And it shocked me because I'm thinking somebody else is definitely gonna open this door.
Yeah.
He opens the door, and with the probably the most smoothest high pitched voice ever, he's just like, "Hey, how are you doing? Nice to meet you." And my dad is like, "Hey, my son just loves you. He would love to take a picture with you." Blah blah blah. So he pretty much, I had a Michael Jackson shirt on. He signed my shirt for me. He took a picture with me, and that was it.
So like, was he? You know how you like you kind of idolize somebody and then you meet him for the first time. Was he what you expected?
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't anything different about him. It was kind of really what I expected.
Yeah.
But
That's
I just didn't expect to meet him that
yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just kind of threw me for a loop. But after that exchange, I'm like, well, if I got to meet someone that I held that high in regard, I could do anything. I can meet anybody. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? And that was really the point of, I told myself, hey, I want to be in the music business. However long it's going to take, or whatever I decide to do, it's going to be in music and entertainment.
It's interesting that you have a story like that because my story of me getting into media and entertainment is absolutely not the same, but it's a little similar just in the sense that when I finally met who I was trying to meet and I got to them, it was like the ringer that was like, I need to be in media. Like I really, really need to be in journalism. And my thing was, I've been doing websites probably like I'm self-taught. So I mean, I was in college and doing websites, and like you talked about the fan club thing, and I had built a website like a fan site for Bone Thugs because they're from
Mm,
my city. And me kind of wanting to work for them and do a website for them and being turned away, just in terms of not really being able to connect with them or that sort of thing. Because I was working for Radio One at the time. So, people start talking conflict of interest and all this other type of stuff. And I think once I was turned away, I set in my mind that it's cool. I'm gonna get to them and at least present my idea. And if nothing happens from it, that's fine. But I'm gonna get to them because they're telling me that I can't do it.
right.
And that was it. And I mean, I did what I needed to do and put together what I needed to put together and actually got to them face to face with a handwritten proposal and all this jazz and whatnot, and it absolutely didn't go nowhere. But the dead ringer that, okay, I need to be in media. Like, I really need to be doing this because, like, I literally have gotten through all of the red tape and actually gotten to them and found out exactly where they was going to be in the city and was there waiting on them when they got there. So I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I need to be in media.
And
So
see, and that's the other piece to this is when you get so many no's or you
yeah,
get so many um uh just so many different scenarios of people telling you you can't do something,
absolutely,
or this isn't what you need to be doing, or this isn't the right time, or whatever the case may be.
absolutely,
That's the driving force for you to
absolutely.
make something shake and something happen. Because I tell people all the time, nobody did nothing for me coming up. Nobody did nothing for me. I had to sacrifice. I had to inspire myself. I had
Absolutely.
to motivate myself to become great. And it's easier said than done, but those are things you have to do in the beginning to start flying your wings. Because at the end of the day, nobody owes you anything, but also too, it takes the will within yourself to really say, hey, I'm gonna do this,
Mhm.
whether you like it or not.
And but we get a lot more of those no's than anybody else does, though. Like we absolutely get a lot more of those no's, and it's really been inspiration for me because now as I continue through and I'm working on putting a nonprofit together, like that's what is going to be around is like helping our youth who want to get into this and who want to be able to do this, helping them get past the red tape and to be
Right.
able to do some of this stuff without having to beat themselves over the head and feeling like they have to leave the city to do it and all of that kind of stuff. Like I've been here with the exception of with the exception of a 9 month stretch where I moved to Atlanta or to Alabama. I've been here the whole time, like
Hmm.
doing a lot of these interviews. And when people come to town, I do them, or either I travel because actually I'll be in Atlanta next week. But it's cool though, man. Like it's really, really dope. And in the beginning, you mentioned Queens too, which is funny because I'm gonna be. I think it's in Queens on the 17th. Like they're doing those Rise Up New York concerts all through
Oh, yeah,
August.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And I'm gonna be at the one on the 17th with Maya and Bobby Valentino. And then I don't know who else.
Nice, nice.
But I don't know shit about Queens. Like I've been to New York. I ain't been. I'm like I don't know where to go, where I need to stay at, where I don't need to go. I don't know
you,
shit.
you
So
know, Queens has changed up so much. It has changed. Like, because I was just in New York
yeah,
about a
man,
month
I don't want to
ago.
go down there and get mugged or nothing. But
Yeah, well, you know what? I mean, there's still it has its grungy parts, but they're definitely fixing it up for sure. Like if you
yeah,
go to
it's
Jamaica Avenue,
really good.
it's totally different. Like it's
Yeah,
nothing like it used to be.
yeah, and just like Cleveland too. I mean, it's got its like you say, the grungy parts and whatnot. But they've done a lot even around here to fix a lot of stuff up too. So
Yeah.
no, that's dope though. No, that's really dope. I think when I talked to you before, you were more on the engineering side, like the audio engineering. So like when did you get into audio engineering and like how did you get into that?
So engineering kind of came at the latter part of a lot of things that I was doing. So in the very beginning, it really started from songwriting. So I started as a songwriter. And at that time, it was just because I just, of course, I just love music and songs, but I was really good with words and putting metaphors and words together. And at that time, I'm like, okay, songs are really built off of words and melody. And I was good with melody as well. But within that, I needed music to go behind those melodies and words. And that's what transitioned me into the music production part,
Got
to
you.
kind of make full records and demos for me to shop. So
Oh,
that's kind of how the two collided for me to start working with artists, to climb up that ladder. And then, the more that I got into the industry, started getting placements, working with different people, that word of mouth, I found myself really tailoring my ear to the quality of sound. Like this is what records need to sound like, as far as like sonics, as far as the
yeah.
mix goes, the mastering goes, as far as what the listener should be hearing for the finished product. And that's when I got into the audio engineering part, because it's one piece of mixing and mastering a song, right? But it's another piece of how was the song, i.e., the vocals, how were the vocals produced? How were they recorded? And that's the quality and sonic side. So when I got into that, like for example, someone can have a dope song, but if you're recording off of a terrible microphone or if you have terrible bleed, in that studio, your quality isn't going to be up to par. And those are the things that I got into to make these records stand out and make the artist better too. Because if you know what you're doing, you're just going to keep getting better and better. So that's where the audio engineering came into play. And then once I started using that for myself, we just kept going.
Do you feel like it's easy to get into songwriting, or how easy is it to get into songwriting? And the only reason I ask that is because I see more and more artists who they may have been out here for 15 or 20 years or whatever, or like putting music out for say 10 or 15 years, but then like 5 to 10 years before that, they was like writing songs for like the Mary J's, and they was writing songs for the Faith Evanses, and like they was writing. And that only came to mind because I was watching a podcast a couple days ago, actually, with a young lady named Dominique, and she was one of the contestants on Diddy's Making a Band, like when he was trying to put together Making a Band. And one of the first people that she was paired with when she got with when they were trying to get her a deal and everything, or give her a deal, one of the first people she got with was Neo. But when you think back to that time, like I don't even think Neo was putting music out or anything, but clearly he was like one of those people that they were seeking when they was trying to do songs for people. So then it just kind of made me wonder, like, how easy is it for people to get into songwriting, like before they become artists and whatnot?
I don't really think it's quote unquote easy, but in a sense, it's, let's just say, easier, right?
Oh.
Because before you become an artist, technically, um, you're always in a either a similar studio with a lot of artists, especially in LA. There's studios all over the place where a lot of people just come in and out. You meet people, hey, this person's working on this project, that project, this person needs a hook, this person needs a beat, so it's kind of easy just to kind of insert yourself into situations to get your foot in the door.
Gotcha.
So, like, for example, with me, that's kind of how my story unfolded in the beginning, in the sense of being at the right place at the right time, meeting the right people, but also networking, and also being a likable person, a people person, like, and a humble person at that. Because believe it or not, people in the industry, they really despise cocky people. And it's because, when someone is trying to get on a project or you're trying to get an opportunity, it's just about that. It's not about the ego trip. It's not about what you did, who you know. It's really about, can you get the job done?
Absolutely.
And that's always been my mindset from the very beginning is, can I do this? Can I get the job done? Is my product ready to be seen and heard?
Yeah.
So when I started moving into these circles, I got into the circles with Whitney Houston, Bobby Brown, Young Bird, Mike Jones, Justin Bieber, all these different people I started to work with. And that's how the resume and the discography began to build. And then, once I built up my leverage as a writer and a producer, then those other additives came later on.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna shut up for a little bit, and I'm gonna let Cat Queen jump in here because
Did we lose him?
She kind of give. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I'm trying to see. Are we having some technical? We got some technical difficulties going, or what's going on? Can you hear us?
I guess that dropped the bomb.
Can you hear me?
Oh man, you might have to go out and come back in.
Let me see. I think that might be mine. Let me see.
I can hear you, so it can't.
Yeah, I can hear you and see you perfectly.
Oh, me? Okay.
So he can't hear me.
So you can hear me, Cat, correct?
Yeah, yeah, I can see you and hear you.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna Squirt said we can hear all of you. I can hear. So I'm not
Okay,
sure
there
on
he goes.
whose
He's
side.
back.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead with my questions because I'm over here,
Hear me now?
ears all a buzz and
Yeah, I hear
everything.
you now.
Okay, that's cool. I think it was my mic. My mic died.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. All right. So we talked a little bit about your beginnings and stuff, and it just seems so amazing, like that you said from Queens. Like that is one of like, that's where it's so many different ethnicities and so many different genres. Like you said. So what was your early life? How did you start in music? Like were you a kid that started in, music class, or were you, making beats on the desk, or like how did you really start really really with your musical skills? Where did it begin?
That's a good question. So of course, coming from New York, there's so much influence coming from New York. So that's first and foremost. So I was already inspired by so many different things in the arts. But when it came to the music side, like I remember every weekend I would go to the record store and buy an album that I never heard every weekend.
Mm,
Just to read the credits, just to see who was on it, who did what, to learn about these different people. And then the album covers were so fly. And I'm like, these album covers are dope. You know,
hmm.
it's just cool to have.
Right.
So, just kind of doing my due diligence and my research on people and just studying the art of music in all its facets, from writing to the
Mm,
production to the musicianship, etc. So that was the really really focal point from the beginning. And once I kind of got into the music production side, that's when I kind of started to understand the musicality of it in a sense of software and hardware. So I remember the first program that I bought was a program called Reason, which is for music production. So I started learning Reason. And I remember I used to watch YouTube tutorials. I used to go to different studios and see their technique on how to actually use Reason. How did they route their hardware equipment into the software? How did they use their hardware into to the SSL boards? I was really really deep into it. And once I started doing all of that, I just got better and better. And the production got stronger, the writing got stronger, and sky was the limit.
wow, we love a self-taught king, okay? Listen, that be the thing. A lot of people wait for someone to show them, or wait till I gotta take this class, or I gotta, get a
Right.
get a mentorship or something. And it's like you can really just do it. Like I be telling people, me and James on here, we learn it as we go. And that's one of the things, you got to have that drive and that initiative. I
Yeah.
did want to get into some of these comments. It looks like you got some fans in the building. We got Carisha Hill saying, "This gentleman has really nice teeth. Keep smiling, sir."
Aw,
Uh,
thank you.
and then we got a second to that. Ready Red said, "Yes, that smile has me ready to download all the music." So looks
Thank you,
like you got you
Queens.
some little fans, and I think that's something that a lot of males, like, you need to be that heartthrob, like you need to be, have you a little suave. So I think you definitely got it.
Much love.
Carisha says you've been very blessed, but are you blessed enough and willing to help the next person looking to get into the industry? Because I got my sister, and not everyone is willing to help. So this is my big sister. So we are in our family always taking on different people, and pouring into the next generation, because what Whitney say, I believe the children are the future.
That's
So
a fact. That's a fact.
so we have to do that. So do you take different artists under your wing? Do you share your knowledge? Do you teach other people? Like, what do you think that you do to kind of help the next generation?
Yeah, so I've done a lot of mentorships before. I've taken people under my wing, or all sorts of different things. But recently, last year, I launched my label imprint, which is Humble Sound Records, in conjunction with Sony Orchard. And we actually do sign artists. We sign artists, we sign songwriters, we sign producers, we actually sign audio engineers as well to our roster. But we're really specific on who we deal with because we're not just a label that just signs any and everybody just because you think you're dope. It has to speak to us.
Yeah.
It has to not only be quality as well, but it has to be something that represents us as a brand
Right.
because we're a brand that is pro creativity, culture, and also we don't pigeonhole our artists. We let them fly. We let them be as creative as they want to be. Of course, with our expertise, we'll put you in the right places, but we want you to be who you are. And that's the essence of what Humble Sound Records are. So, I'm definitely open to give any type of information to anybody because trust me, I used to be that person. So I
Yeah.
totally get it.
You have to be selective with who you allow on your team and who you
Absolutely.
align yourself with. Me and James have been very lucky to align ourselves with some wonderful people, like yourself and DJ Squirt. DJ Squirt got me in here laughing. She's saying he is DJ Squirt approved. He can
Salute to
take me
DJ
under his.
Squirt.
She said he can take me under his wings
Oh my
anytime,
God.
honey. Right?
That sound like DJ Squirt.
That's got me cracking up. Okay, so this is my last question. So imagine I'm someone that has never heard your music or never been exposed to you. How would you describe your sound? What would you describe, like, what makes you different? What makes your sound unique to your music?
If I had to reference the sound to something, I would say, or I would call it rather, progressive R&B. That's what I would call it.
Mm,
And progressive R&B really means it kind of means like an infusion of sound.
mm,
So you might hear R&B hip hop from me one time, then you might hear something that's infusing electronic music, dance music, house music, pop. I'm just more of an worldly international artist, and that's because my music spectrum is so broad because I've worked with so many
mm.
different artists in so many different genres, and I've done so much music in so many genres, so that's why my scope is so broad. So if I had to put it under a box or umbrella, so to speak, I would say progressive R&B.
I really like that. I've never heard that term, but I think that's what I kind of like my music to be because I like a lot of different genres. I've been to the all black school. I've been on an all white school. I live in California with all the Mexicans. Like I've been everywhere and no, you literally get appreciation for so many different sounds,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that would make somebody a well-rounded artist when you can appreciate all those things, have heard those things, and use it to your advantage. So I really like that. And I definitely lied because I have one more question. Who have you worked with? I'm sorry. Who could you name all these names? Like who have you worked with that is one of your like best experiences or one of your favorite songs or one of your favorite like moments of writing for someone or working with someone, another artist?
Ooh, that's always a hard question. That's
I
always a
know
hard
that's
question.
usually the one that's
Yeah.
when people work with a lot of different great people, it's really, really hard. So it doesn't have to be the best, but just a great
Ooh,
experience or something.
man, I mean, I've had sessions with like Katy Perry to Justin Bieber to Meek Mill to Whitney to
Ooh,
Goody Mob 112. I mean,
this sounds like my Apple Music playlist. Hold on,
the
because I
list
was
the list
listening.
Right.
goes
Listen, I
Right.
on.
was listening to Katy Perry yesterday. You killing me, okay? For real. I'm
The
talking
list
about
goes
original.
on.
I kissed the girl Katy Perry. I'm talking about real the beginning. So wow. And the Beebs is going crazy right now with his
Oh
new
yeah,
new
man. I
album.
love his new album. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's super dope.
Amazing. And that crossover with Sexy Red, I just think that's just so funny and so fire. Like it's just amazing. DJ Squirt said, work with me.
We already working, girl. You better stop.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. She's so funny. I love her sense of humor. So I'm gonna hand it over to James. Thank you so much. I really love the answers to your question.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure. You talk about being particular about the people that you work with, and I think that's something, just as Kat was saying, is something that we definitely can relate to, because we are, like, I'm highly meticulous about who I work with and what projects I get involved with. And I mean, it could be somebody off the street, or it could be family that I might say it's not really good to work. Like we can't, and we've actually had experiences where it's like, okay, we can't really work with this family. Like, we get, they can be on board, and they support, but certain things, like, we've kind of had to really tailor some things, in regard to
Absolutely.
even certain family and certain other people,
Friends,
like,
people that want to be guests and
yeah, for sure,
previous guests, like,
yeah, for sure,
like, I really love that you and Squirt talked about that. Like she said, the person has to be of quality. Like,
Oh yeah.
that's amazing. Yes.
yeah, absolutely. But what do you do in a situation where you have somebody who maybe you really do want to work with this person, but maybe they just, like, they aren't aligned with XYZ, or like how do you approach a situation like that? Like, do you just not work with them, or do you find a way that you can maybe tailor some things, or like, what do you do?
Um, I mean, I guess it depends on the
I would imagine
scenario.
that everybody that's come to you, like, even if you like, I would imagine there's some people who you've worked with that maybe in the beginning it was like, nah, I don't really know if this is a good fit, or this might not really work out, and then it
Yeah.
might turn out to actually be something.
Yeah, I've definitely had those experiences, and some of them, it's scenario based,
Yeah,
right? But in a nutshell, I mean, I don't really force anything. So if it's not working, then I don't force the situation. I'm like, usually, hey, we'll come back to this. We'll revisit this, at a later time, or it just might be a clear cut situation of this just isn't for me.
yeah,
It's not really personal towards the person. It's just the situation
Mm,
just isn't for me.
yeah,
Because I don't really add ego into situations. I'm really just cut and dry
mm,
in the sense of, can we get this done or not? Whether I'm friends with you or not. But at the same time, I'm here for the end product and for what we're trying to do here. The back and forth and the ego trip and the feelings. I think those things kind of get in the way sometimes of what the end goals are. But again, it is scenario based. So sometimes it just depends.
mm.
okay,
Yeah, we got some comments. I just wanted to kind of
yeah,
get
go ahead,
into a
yeah,
couple of those. Square said, "Yes, James, we got played too many times." He
yeah, for
said,
Oh
sure,
yeah.
for sure,
boundaries. The hardest challenges sometimes have the best outcome." And then Ready Red said, birds of a feather, you got to be careful who you let around your business. So for
That's a
sure,
fact.
guys.
now I think too, it's hard. Like, like sometimes it's really difficult choosing the right people. But then also, you talked a lot about, just, you've touched on so many different genres, and I think that that's so dope. Like, whether it's the Katy Perry's, or whether it's the Pinks. Like, I still love Pink. Like, when she did the cut
Oh
Oh,
with T,
yeah. Oh
when
yeah.
she did the cut with Ti, it was like, I like, legit. I just played that like 2 days ago. Um, and just different artists. Stacey Barth, who
uh,
I didn't even know anything about her until she was on Fantasia's last album, and it was
Yeah.
like, who is
And
this?
wow.
before that, she was on Nipsey Hussle's album too.
Yeah, but see, I
Oh
didn't,
my
because
God.
ironically, you know how you have some artists who you kind of like certain songs, and then you don't really do like the full albums and whatnot. So
Right.
I've never really, like, Nipsey Hussle. I never got into like his full albums. Like, I would hear certain songs here and there, and it was like, okay, that's dope. Like, that's fire. That's
Man,
dope.
let me tell
Never,
you, I've been a huge Nipsey Hussle fan for a long time,
yeah. It
but
took a
that
minute
that
until I
Victory
really
Lap
listened to him.
album, that
Yeah,
Victory Lap album is
yeah, yeah,
probably right now, probably in my top 10 best rap albums.
yeah,
And the reason being is because he found himself in that album, number one. Number
Mhm.
two is the production. The production was
Production. Yeah.
a freaking one.
yeah.
You know what
But
I'm
see, it
saying?
took,
And I'm not afraid to give no other producer they flowers and they credit on production.
Mm-hmm.
The producers on that album did a phenomenal job.
Yeah. Now I think it took. I hate to say that it took him passing, but then like I think once he passed, and then I was able to go back and actually. You know, this phone is pissing me off, Kat. like this phone. And of all people, it's my mother who knows I'm on the podcast, and she keep calling me. But
exactly how my sister.
Right. Look, people always want to call you when you're doing something.
Yeah.
When you doing
I just left my mother at the restaurant and said I'm going home to do the podcast, and she blowing my phone up. but at any rate, like once he passed, and then I got to go back and listen to the music, it was like, where the hell have I been? Like even with Stacey Barth, it's like, where the hell have I been to have not known about her and all of that stuff? But it's been really cool to learn about other genres and all of that. My next question though, I'm really interested in knowing what took you to the artistry side, because as an engineer and a producer and like that sort of thing, I think that you had full on opportunity to see like the ups and downs of the industry and how people get played and like all of the bullshit that the artists go through to try to get their music out and make money and actually get paid for the stuff that they're doing. What took you to the artistry side?
So for the artist side, it all began, this was like 2017.
Okay.
That year I was working with a good friend of mine. His name is International Nova. He's now a Latin artist, but back then he was more hip hop and rap. And at the time, I was strictly writing and producing for him and with him at his studio. And couple of sessions we had at his studio, he wanted me to reference some hooks for him because he knew I can sing. So, it was just kind of a thing that we just knew about, but nobody else really knew.
Yeah.
So I just did it.
Why was you hiding the secret that you could sing? Like, why nobody knew?
Because it really didn't come up in topic, and it wasn't really opportunities for me to even go into that lane yet. I was strictly production and writing and engineering, right? So with him, he wanted me to reference hooks for him, so I did a couple of tracks for him, and it was one particular song that stood out to him. He was like, man, I want to use this is dope, I want to keep you on the chorus. I said, okay, really? How do you want to do this? So he proposed to me that maybe we should do a group and put out this record as a duo. I said, that's different. I never thought about doing that, but I wasn't opposed to the idea. So we came together, we joined as a group, we called ourselves Kings X2.
Okay.
And we put out one single in 2017 called Wine for Me. Now, the kicker was we put out that single, maybe about a month later, we debuted number 10 on the Billboard charts.
Whoa. That's crazy.
I mean, that's good.
Amazing.
I mean, that's like
now,
good.
and that blew our mind, especially me, because this is the first time I'm ever on a song as an artist publicly, period.
Yeah. It's amazing though. And like, I think it's in all honesty, like for anybody that's watching, and we got quite a few people in here watching, like, I think it's a lesson to anybody who wants to be an artist or is an artist or feels like they can't get to where they want to, or it's not room for them to, like, the more you learn, the more it opens up doors and opportunities for you to do other stuff. Because I'm quite sure that what you were able to do as an artist when you came in, that opportunity may not have been there had you become an artist before or whatnot. It's just
exactly
the same.
That's where I'm going with it. That's exactly
it's
where
just
I'm going
the same
with it.
as like me with this media company. Like, had I tried to do all of this stuff that I'm doing now in 2014 when I launched the company, this shit would have bombed. Like, it would have been like, it's just not gonna work. Versus like, some years passed and then I actually started doing, podcasting and radio. Which the weird thing is, I've always had the voice, like as far as doing radio and interviewing and all of that kind of stuff. But I've been shy my whole life. So like before I actually got into it, I never would have been successful at doing this type of stuff. Like the reality is, as far as doing like video and podcasting and all of that, I'm only 2 years in. Like all my interviews that I was doing before, they was over the phone. Like I think I talked to you over the phone. So like it was pretty easy for me at that point because it was like, okay, I'm just talking on the phone. Like I ain't scared. Like it's cool. Like I mean, I understand that some of these is like my favorite artists and all of that, but like the fear is kind of gone because they can't see me and I can't see them, and you know, blase. But then like the first podcast that I did, I was like a deer in the headlights. Like and people was commenting like, "What's wrong with him? Like, why he look like that?" And it took me like 6 months to like really get my rhythm and like get a groove for it to where it's like, okay, I can just open up and be myself and it's cool and like people enjoy it and that sort of thing. But I think, but like I said before, like I think that as you learn more and you start doing other things, then it really opens up the door for you to do other stuff.
Yeah,
So,
that's exactly what it's about. That's exact, and that's been my trajectory. Like once
yeah,
that happened, of course it was a shock to both of us, especially me. But it not only gave me the confidence, but it kind of showed industry people that okay, this dude did this on his own without no help, no push, no radio, no label, no nothing. Like this is just strictly off of our promotion, our fan base. People just want to support us, etc. So that's exactly what happened, and we stayed on the chart for 5 weeks straight.
yeah. I mean
5 weeks straight.
That's
amazing,
amazing
man.
feat.
Like
That's
to me,
amazing.
that's amazing. Like
Yeah,
to do something like that and to hit the charts and you hit it number 10, and
number
then
10 out the gate, out the gate.
People's first stuff usually go triple cardboard. So you look at you on the chart.
Yeah, so it was absolutely a blessing, and probably about towards the middle of the next year, 2018, we disbanded and we kind of veered off and did our own things, and that's when I went solo and became a solo artist. And when I did my solo thing, I put out my first single in 2018, which features Houdini. Now, a
Ooh,
lot of people were like,
wow.
"How did
legends,
you even do that?"
yeah, legends. Like it's amazing, man. Like and when you mention people like that, like that's what I grew up on, like the Houdinis
Oh
and
yeah, they were one
the
of my favorite groups. Yeah,
the Grandmaster Flashes, and like that's what I grew up on. Like I have a podcast that I've been putting together that I'm trying to get like those people. Like I just want like the legends. Like that's dope, man.
yeah, man. So it just kept going from there, man. Like literally, I put out that single. The single went bonfire. I mean, it was just like a shock value to a lot of different people, off the rip. But once I did that, I just went into full work mode and I started working on my first EP, which was called Blue Leisure. I put out Blue Leisure in 2019.
Okay.
Star-studded project. I had Houdini on there. I had Tony Terry on there. I had
He's
Kalina
he's
Harper from
cool, and
Diddy
I've
Dirty
interviewed
Money.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had a Sona Relay on there. It was a really, just as a debut project, people
yeah.
were like, how the hell did you even do this? Like,
Right.
as an artist, forget the production and the writing, like as an artist, because it's not that easy to transition from a writer producer to
To
a
an artist.
full solo act.
Yeah, I
You know
think
what I
I
mean?
think I think it's amazing, man. And when you start mentioning the names, I'm like,
The
I ain't no
names
singer, so
are
I ain't no singer, so I ain't gonna start
crazy.
singing Tony Terry and all of that. But I just know that like that's dope, man. Like that's really dope.
Yeah,
I
man.
think one of my biggest questions, and I know you knew I was getting to this. How did you end up? Like, how did you connect with Gip? Like for y'all to do the project because y'all did that under your label, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yep,
which is amazing because you have somebody who obviously started from the bottom and they climbed their way up. But now he and the rest of Goody Mob, like they have been on major labels and like they've been doing
yeah,
this for 30 plus years. So
yeah,
now you have your you have your new label and you get somebody like that, like that was fire to me, which is why I was blowing y'all up before. I'm like, this shit is dope. And it's weird because obviously I had interviewed you before, but I've interviewed him before too. So I think I went into it like, yeah, we finna pull this shit off. Like I could get them, and then I'm like, I don't know, but I think it was dope though. I think it was really dope.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Was first shout out to the Goody Mob, man. That's like my big bros. Shout out to Organized Noise, Dungeon Family, all of that.
And they're retiring, which sucks. Like,
oh yeah,
it
oh
sucks,
yeah, man.
man.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Yeah.
those guys, I admire so much, man. Um, I met Gip long time ago, but me and him really connected, ironically, at my studio. And how we met at my studio was, at the time, the rapper Corrupt was living in Atlanta,
Okay.
and Corrupt was at this time recording at my studio a lot. So we were working on this song called "Top of the World," me and Corrupt,
Okay.
and he had an idea about putting Gip on the song. And at the time, I didn't even think about putting anybody else on the song. I thought it was just going to be a James and Corrupt record, and that'll be that. But he had this idea of putting Gip on the record. I said, okay, that's cool. That's actually interesting, because the style of song Gip has never been on before as an artist. So I'm like, okay, well, let's see what we can do. So he calls Gip on the phone. Gip pulls up about 45 minutes later, and we're just sitting there, and he's just writing his verse right on the spot. He
Yeah.
lays it down, and then we just kind of kept in contact ever since. And pretty much we did a lot of music in between before we even got to the project. So, but before that, we did a record called Night Drive with another artist by the name of John William. That record went crazy. Then we did another record called TikTok, me and Gib, which was one of my singles. And then that's when we had the idea of doing the joint EP together, Gip and Worthy.
Okay.
Now, at this time, there wasn't a lot of people doing duo EPs, especially
Right.
singer
You're
and
right.
rapper.
And it's just on another page, man. Like it's a
And
lot
that
of
was my forward thinking, because I told him, look, I don't want to do an
cats
album.
that need to do like joint albums. Like
Yeah, and nobody would have thought about me and him coming together and doing that,
absolutely not.
let alone a rapper and a singer. And also um him coming from a rap group, Goody Mob, and their content is so anti and political and stuff like
Yeah.
that. They're not thinking about him talking about women and love and blah
Yeah.
blah blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just so different, and people gravitated towards it as soon as we dropped it. And as
But
soon
I
as we
think
dropped
too,
it,
like,
so
it went
cool.
but
crazy.
I think that's an example too of like you have groups who, together they have a general or they have a core message that they are representing. And Goody Mob together, like you said, is more anti, is more political. It's talking about what's going on around them, what's happening in the world, and just the
Uh-huh.
different stuff that's going on. But then when you get them as solo artists, you got CeeLo, who's on a totally different page.
Right.
And then you got Gip, who's like he's talking about the women. He's not necessarily talking about the money, but he's talking about the women and going out and doing all this other stuff. But it's completely different. I mean, it's even if you relate it back to Bone Thugs, here in
Yeah.
Cleveland, like each member of Bone rap about something completely different on their solo projects. But then when they come together, it's a whole different message. And that's why you have like they have their certain, number of fans who like just the group because the
Right.
group like they have a certain message that they put out as a group. And then as solo artists, you have more people who don't necessarily know them very well as solo artists. So no, I get it. I think it makes perfect sense. But y'all made like a perfect duo. And to me, you have to be somebody that genuinely loves music to be able to appreciate it. Like it's a
I
lot
agree.
of people out there that I feel should do albums together. And I know a lot of people might not even agree with me, but even down to R&B and hip hop artists, Like I think Faith and the Clips. I think they work amazing. We got multiple songs together. I think they work perfect together.
But you know, the funny part about it is when we dropped the project, for one, it we were top 10 on Apple Music and iTunes. We had the number one record on Amazon for 5
Because it
weeks
was
straight.
something new that people did. Like,
yeah,
y'all brought
it
something
was
new
fresh.
to the table that people they didn't expect it. It's almost like, remember, Kat, like I was saying last week or the week before last, I was like, who knew that this collaboration between Eric Benet and Shantae Moore was the collaboration that we absolutely fucking needed.
Everybody needed that. I'm telling you.
It's so hot right now, and it's doing so good. Like, it's that collaboration that we needed it, and we didn't know that we needed it. But now that we got it, it's like, oh, damn, like they could probably do an album together because they blend very well together. Y'all blended very well together.
And so you said the name of the album was?
So it was called Gipping Worthy.
And that is when you were going by James Worthy, correct?
Right.
Okay, so I just wanted to let everybody know. So, you know, you might have some fans that don't already know they fans. Because, you know.
Actually, I'm glad that she brought that up too. Yeah, I'm glad Cat Queen brought that up too. Like, why the name change?
A couple different reasons, but the main reason is, of course, a lot of people knew that it was two James Worthy, so myself and the basketball player. And you know, I just found myself a lot of times having to always kind of explain the difference between the two. Number one, and then number two, we both of us we just found ourselves fighting SEO space between both names. So I'm like, you know what? I just kind of want to distance myself from that and just kind of create my own land as far as what people know me as. You know what I mean? So it's just no confusion.
I like that though, and it says something about you too, that you've already built a name and a brand and a career under a certain name. And now you're not scared to take that leap and change your name and keep going. It's just the same thing that I did with UGD Live. Like for the last 10 years, it's been called the Entertainment Plug. And I just changed the name because I'm like, I need a new identity with it.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is the reason why I wasn't scared to do it. It's because it's kind of the same technique that I did when I transitioned into a solo artist. Coming from a songwriter and a producer, I was not scared to take the leap and to go to a solo act. So now changing from James Worthy to James Artissen, it's the same technique, but also too, like you said, I've already had a built-in audience and a built-in fan base, and people already know me for me. So once I announced the name change, it really wasn't a shock to people, really, because actually a lot of people were happy that I did that because they were like, actually, it's better for you.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the comments. Squirt said, "Miss Squirt Artissen."
I'm about to get into all these comments. Squirt been tearing up the comments, so I was letting you have your time, but we about to get into these comments.
Oh,
but
man.
I definitely love. And sometimes you have to set yourself apart, definitely.
Absolutely.
And me and my sisters all have names that are almost identical. So that is why I go by Cat Queen, because I wanted to set myself apart. And now, you know, you could just look me up and you're gonna get me. That's it.
That's right. That's right.
But Squirt, she the whole interview, she just been going on and on and stuff. She's saying, "Oh my OMG, I love him. That's it. He's mine. I claim him."
Oh my
she said,
God.
"Someone tell James Artissen." I say, I do.
Jesus Christ.
And then she said, "Miss Squirt Artissen." Got me crazy.
She knows you need to stop.
I'm over here looking at the computer and I'm trying to just keep a straight face, but I'm cracking up. Like, listen, he got a lot of fans, Squirt. You know, I know Squirt. She
look, Squirt know what it is. She know what time it is.
Squirt know what it is. You know, you feel me? And so you also had some comments just complimenting you. Carisha said your catalog is amazing.
Thank you.
And she said, "Corrupt, like Daz and Corrupt. Oh, you made
yeah.
You're a thing, like a big deal. I love that for you, sir."
Big love, big love.
Funny. So I definitely love that. And so what was it? Oh yeah, you have a question from Instagram. Actually, I had got a DM. Someone said, "I'm feeling that song with James Artissen and Brian McKnight. How did that come about?"
Oh yes, that city love. Yeah. Man, shout
Yeah.
out to Brian McKnight Jr., man. Great guy, super talented guy, as I might add. Um, man, we did that song like like 4 years ago.
Mhm.
And it was just been sitting in the tuck, man, sitting in the arsenal. I dropped that song last year, which is off my last EP, Cups of Coffee. And it's just a real R&B record. You know, we're just talking about, we love all women in all cities, in all states. You know what I mean? So we
Yeah.
just gonna give out all this love, to all the ladies that we love.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that. So I had posted that on the reel, and I had somebody inbox me and say, "Ooh, what's this song? Hold on, I'm feeling this." So it looks like
Hey,
you got some new fans coming your way. I cannot wait to
awesome.
see what you do next. Like this was such a great interview. Even DJ Squirt is in there saying this has been a great interview. So I know that this
Oh
is the
yeah, for
real
sure.
deal right here. Um, Go ahead, James.
No, I think this has been really dope. I really would love, as we kind of get down closer to the end, I would love for you to focus on what's happening now, like what's
Mhm.
new coming and what we can look out for.
And how can we support
Oh,
you?
so much, so much. So recently I just dropped two singles. One single with singer-songwriter writer Robin S. Miss Show Me
Mhm.
Love. I just dropped a single with her called One More Thing. The record's doing really good. I dropped another single with Cujo Goody from Goody Mob. That one is called
Okay.
All Night.
Mm.
Um, so we just putting out music, just kind of keeping the algorithm going, keeping the trajectory going. In the midst of that, I'm working on my debut album. I just signed to Universal Music
Ooh.
Group, so the album will be going through Universal. So
Okay.
I'm really excited about that, man. It's my first official LP. It's gonna be
Wow.
probably a 12-song album,
Okay.
and yeah, man, it's probably my best body of work today.
I I think that's
Amazing.
really dope, man. Like you've come a long way. Like you signed a deal. So the deal with Universal, that's with your company and being
No,
distributed
so
through
so
Universal.
um so I have the separate deal with Sony for my label Imprint, but as far as
Gotcha.
Universal, this is
Okay.
strictly an artist deal. So this is strictly for the album.
Awesome.
That's amazing,
And
man.
yeah, and I wanted to do it that way because we
You knew
want
that was
this
my
to hit
next
the
question.
masses. We wanted to go as far as we can possibly take it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
we want this to hit the masses as much as possible. But also too, this is a project that I've been working on for quite some time. Like it's probably been at least 3 years that I've been crafting this project. And of course, you record stuff, you create stuff, you scrap it, you rework stuff, blah blah blah. So it's
Mhm.
been a process, but it's an album that fully embodies me. It's an album that shows the growth of James Artisan. It shows the evolution of me as a person. You're gonna hear a lot of personal um, stories and scenarios that I've actually gone through in my life, in song format. Each song has a different identity. It's not the same. You're not going to hear the same production. You're not going to hear the same songwriting. You're not going to hear the same stories. It's
Right.
all different because it's actually a story within the album.
Mhm.
And the name of the album is called Never Mind What They Said.
I
And
like
it's
that.
and it's it
Ooh.
is clear cut
I
because
like that.
I'm at a point in my life, in my career, to where I
Mm.
don't care about what anybody says or thinks.
That
I
part.
don't
Mhm.
care about opinion. I
Mm.
care about what makes me feel good.
That part. That's when I say that's where I'm at, man. I don't care what nobody talking about. Like I
Absolutely.
I, I have figured out a way to cut out all the outside noise because a lot of time, and I was just talking about this earlier today with somebody. Actually, with DJ Squirt, it's like
Mm.
people a lot of times people don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you happy and they don't want to see you make it, or they want you to make it until they feel like you passing them. And then
Doing
they don't
better than
want you to
them.
make it no more and they try to knock you down. And
Yeah.
people make it seem like you can't accomplish, like I have cut out all the outside noise. And
You know what I tell people? People always love a rise and fall narrative.
yeah,
They always want to build you up for you to rise. And then as
yeah,
soon as that one situation hits, they love to
yeah,
see you fall.
absolutely. And it sucks that it has to be that way, but you're changing, like you're basically elevating the game. You're elevating the foundation. Like you're making some serious changes out there that are going to help and really affect so many other people behind you. So I think it's really, really dope, man. I
Thank you
appreciate
so
having
much.
the opportunity to really connect with you again. Um, I didn't tell you this, when we said, we were going to bring you on the podcast, but we're going to do a cover with you, man. So,
Mm,
work with your team to get me a picture for the cover of the magazine.
awesome.
Um,
Awesome. Thank you so
so
much.
what I do with a lot of these podcast episodes now is, we kind of handpick who we want to do covers for, and then I do a whole different story, kind of based off of the interview, but even deeper than that. So we're
Gotcha.
gonna do a cover for you, man. I
Much
actually have a
love.
couple coming out this week. So you would be in the next week's releases of the cover. So that would be next Friday because we generally put them out.
Awesome.
So
Awesome. Thank you so much.
all I need is a picture for the cover of the magazine, man. I think what you're doing is like truly, truly amazing. And like I said, like I love this game. I love the media side of it. Kat and I are working really hard at building a safe space, a safe media place for people to come and have these conversations and just have open dialogue. Like, when people come in, we have questions that we have there, but we like to go off the cuff too and just have an open conversation and get into the person's head and, see how they think and that sort of thing. But like,
Yeah.
we genuinely love what you're doing. We
Thank
think
you
that you
so
are
much,
amazing.
man. I appreciate what you guys are doing too, because trust me,
I
there's a lot of
appreciate it, man.
platforms that aren't safe spaces, and
Yeah,
sometimes
absolutely.
artists are scared to come on and tell their story. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. And this,
We are not the place that you can come in here and gossip and, well, I heard that,
yeah,
James, they said James ain't really doing what all he said he do. I
yeah,
don't get into all that because like we're professional. We were professionally trained. Like this is what we've been wanting to do since we were young.
yeah,
So why would we
absolutely.
mess up our reputation trying to get a good
Yeah,
clip or some gossip? Like we're not here
yeah.
for that.
Right, right.
But it's nice, like it's nice that we're in a space where we could create our own lane and our own path and build it the way that we want to do it. And we don't have to worry about, all of the bullshit that come along with it. And you're really in that space too, because of all of the stuff that you've done, all of the people that you've been able to work with, like you're creating your own path. Like you don't have to sit around and wait for nobody else to make it happen for you. Like you're making it
Oh
happen
yeah,
yourself,
that's been
which
the
is,
story of my life for
but
forever.
that's
Is I've
beautiful, man,
always been
because
the person to make it happen. I never waited on
yeah,
anybody.
but it's beautiful though, because there's so many people, some of them your peers, who cannot make some things happen because they've been depending on somebody else to do it for them for so long. So it's like they kind of get stuck. They kind of get stuck in the whirlwind because they want to do XYZ and they don't necessarily have the resources to do it.
Right,
So
exactly.
it's truly a blessing, man. And again, I repeat it again, man. We really appreciate you. We really enjoy what you're doing. We appreciate the fact that you came on the platform and you was hyped about it. So like we put the stuff out there and you was sharing it. That's
Oh
half
yeah.
the
Oh
battle,
yeah.
man. Like that's
Oh
half
yeah.
the battle. You'd be surprised how many people we invite on and we send them all the promo material. They don't post nothing. Like
Wow.
nothing at all. It's like they didn't know they was coming on.
Look, man, and I tell people all the time, man, you have to really, really appreciate media, because
Yeah,
these are the
yeah,
people that talk about you. These are the people
absolutely,
that promote you. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't take that for granted.
But we're the ones too. Like part of our niche is that like we're building genuine relationships. Like we making these people extended family. Like we build the relationships to the point where it ain't no middleman.
Right.
It ain't no, if you want something to happen, you ain't got to go to my people and then they got to reach to this person to see if we could get it on. You send me a DM and I'm throwed up. Like I chat with publicists all day long and they have stuff going on and they send me a text message with something in it and it's up on the website. Like that's what I'm here for. So why create all this red tape for people to get their stuff out there when I said I wanted to get in it to be able to do this and post your stuff and promote it. So why make it difficult for people to promote their stuff? So listen, man, we definitely want to do it again. There's so many other opportunities now that we actually have the full network and we got different platforms and everything. A lot of our other hosts on the different platforms, like they look at these interviews and they like, damn, we want these people on our shows. And that's part of what I'm doing too, like through my PR firm, is that I work to get these people on their platforms and whatnot too, and help them a little bit. And then it, you know, spreads you a little bit further as well. But
awesome.
All we need, and the other thing I appreciated too is like when you sent me the message and then we talked back and forth, your person had that email sent to me already. I'm like, I got it.
Oh yeah. There's no wasting time.
but you'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised. So
hey man, we move different over here.
Trust me, I know. I knew that already. Like when DJ Squirt called and said, I said, oh, he cool people. We know each other already. So it's a small world, man. But I appreciate you. I know Kat appreciates you as well. We'll definitely do this again. But all we need, like I said, is a photo for the cover and any photos you might want in the issue. And we'll get that together and have it out actually next Friday.
Awesome. Sounds good, man. Thank you again. Right. I truly appreciate you guys.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you.
All right. You have a good night, man.
Okay, man. Take care.
All right. Yes, sir. Dope interview as always, Cat Queen.
Amazing.
I love you. I love you because listen, you had it going. You really had it going.
Thank you.
Like you definitely had, and your people in these comments, man, that Carisha. That Carisha, I'm like, okay.
No, Carisha really loves a lot of like R&B artists and things like that. So she's always she loves to go to concerts, and so many people come through Texas. So she like, if you coming through, she gonna come through for you, you know. So
you tell her. So I know she watching. You tell her I ain't coming to Texas unless she gonna introduce me to Beyonce, and don't act like you don't know her. That's all I'm saying. Don't act like you don't know her.
She should probably have some kind of, she got all kind of celebrities down there. So she probably got her little sneaky
probably
way.
Sat in Tina kitchen and ate food. you know,
so funny.
You know, y'all be up in the mix, so I wouldn't put it past her.
Oh, I love you, Squirt. She had me cracking up. Like,
right. Listen, we know you down there. We know.
Down in Texas, yeah, you gonna get us soon. We gonna be down there. But it was a great interview, and it was so funny when he was talking about Michael Jackson because, you guys know my best friend is a super Michael Jackson fan, like crazy, and she just had her first child. Guess what she named that baby?
Hey, look, I'm looking at DJ Squirt comment. Remember when he came to did he come to the station when his girl group came to the station? Squirt, remember we did that interview? Okay, I'll wait for her to respond. But
what I was saying, I said she just had her first baby. Guess what she named the baby?
What?
Michael J. Swear to God, baby. Swear to God, she named that baby Michael J. She got a Michael Jackson decal on her car. Like, she's one of them super fans. So he definitely had a impact on a lot of artists and fans. And so I just thought that was good. Carisha said this interview was absolutely amazing. Thank you, Carisha, for being in the building. We are going to get into some hot topics. And then I'm going to make some announcements at the end, but let's keep this ball rolling. Y'all know we are bereaved, y'all. We are bereaved right now.
Listen, I knew that's what you was going into first, and I'm actually glad that you did. We talking about Malcolm Jamal.
Yes, Malcolm Jamal Warner, guys. That was like
he has motivated and inspired and just impacted. Like, he's impacted generations. And I think the thing that I'm really, really happy to see, even through, obviously the stress of it all and just the hurt of it all, and the fact that he has passed away, what I've really been happy to see is that for the last 3 days, like, the internet has been flooded with nothing but good comments and like all of that. Like, from young to old.
Like everyone.
It almost don't even matter what age. It was like from young to old, like people
it's hard to for people like you always gonna get a crazy story about well he did this and I didn't see
actually I haven't even seen nothing like that, and I think it's dope because I mean you have to consider the fact that he's been on TV since like 1981 because he did a show. What was it? I can't think of the name of it, but he did a show before he did the Cosby Show.
Yeah, before the Cosby Show. Yeah, he did. So, I can't think of it because I had just watched the montage of everything, and he was he was one of the youngest. He was one of the youngest Emmy winners for Best Supporting Actor.
Absolutely. And when you think of child stars,
he's still on shows right now. So I'm just like, what are they going to do? Like he's literally been introduced and been through so much things. You know, he's won a Grammy. People don't know that he's won a Grammy. Like
2015, he won that Grammy with Layla Hathaway and who was it? Robert Glasper, and like he's been around since the early '80s. And when you look at like child stars from that time frame, like I mean, if you just look at the Cosby Show, period, like all the kids off the Cosby Show, like they grew up into decent adults. And you know whether they continued acting or whether they wasn't doing it no more, like you ain't see them out there crazy or nothing. And I'm not saying that was all because of Bill Cosby or nothing like that, but you just knew that like these people, they they were grounded.
Yeah,
they were very well grounded.
Love that.
They were taught well, and like it's really a tragedy, you know, just to see this happening. And you know, of all the ways to to pass away, like to drown. And he was out there being a daddy. Like he was out there with his family.
Yeah, he was with his daddy, with his daughter. And yeah, and they the reports came out today that she was found in the water. So there was some she was saying that he kind of pushed her to shore. Like he kind of essentially saved his daughter. Yeah. So it's just really sad.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of people saying, Square said sometimes God just needs his soldiers. Karika said, so sad about that. That was all of our big brother would have lost so talented.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He won at 16. And I mean, even through fashion with the Theo episode with the shirt. Do you know how many high fashion remakes that people have made of that shirt? And I can't remember what artist had wore a remake of that shirt, like
the Gordon Gartrell.
To the what award show was that? And then the kids was like, why did he look a mess? And and I seen people in the shade room like, listen, y'all need to get y'all history together. That's that Theo shirt. So it's just so crazy. And he just did DJ Envy's podcast like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. So I just saw him on because he had his own podcast too.
Yeah, so, he did. And they had some stuff like really in the works. Like they said, they don't know what they're going to do. Like this was a big thing that people were really, waiting on. So it's just really, really sad. I really hate that for him. I love that he left such a great legacy behind with everything that he did and everybody that he touched. He literally touched just generations. Like our he was in our home. Like Rich said, he was our big brother. Me and my sisters, we unfortunately weren't able to grow up with our big brother. We didn't meet him until later in life. So watching the Cosby Show was like our family. This is and Katia went on to have Felicia Rashad as her advisor at Howard.
I remember you saying that.
So, it just really shocked us all. And I did want to say this to people. I am a swimmer. I am a strong swimmer. And those rip currents are nothing to play with.
Yeah.
And anyone that finds themselves, and this is just a safety thing that I learned from TikTok, anybody that finds themselves in a rip current, do not fight the current. Go with the current and try to swim parallel to the beach. So parallel to the beach until you get out of that current, because the more you fight, the more exhausted you get, the more water you bring into your lungs, and you literally pass out and drown. So, us Black people, a lot of us don't know how to swim, but for those that do and call themselves strong swimmers and like to go into the ocean, just keep that in mind for a safety tip. Rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner. But we just really need to remember those safety tips because we don't want this to happen to another person. So make sure y'all keep it safe and, rest in peace to Malcolm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We also have Ozzy Osbourne has died as well.
Really?
Yes, you didn't know that?
No. When did that happen?
Ozzy died yesterday.
Wow. And I think I've been so fixated on Malcolm Jamal Warner, I didn't know.
Yeah, so Ozzy Osbourne was he died surrounded by his family, all his children and his lovely wife Sharon.
Wow.
If you recall, maybe 2 weeks ago he had his final performance. I think he's dealing with, I want to say ALS, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. But he was in a chair and it was very sad because he was trying to stand up. You could tell he was like, if you watch the footage of the concert, he just, in his eyes, he was just like, oh, like I wish my body would cooperate. And he had his final performance. And I really love that he was able to do that, that his family and all his crew was able to let him, in his wheelchair, do his final performance and really get that love on stage. Like literally about 2 weeks ago, he did that. And now he's gone. So you guys, we are our family. We are bereaved.
That tells you how connected you can be. And you still may not know something because I absolutely, and somebody else passed. And it wasn't about, obviously Ozzy, Lord Jesus, get your language together. Obviously Ozzy passed away, but somebody else passed too. And
somebody did, but I can't remember.
Pull the name up. Somebody else had passed, but it wasn't Ozzy Osbourne that I had read about. It was
somebody else because somebody was saying that the deaths always come in 3. So that's what I
And shout out to James Artissen again. You are so welcome, man. Like we really, really, when I say we appreciate you, man, we appreciate you for coming on to the platform. Like it means everything, and we need that support just as much as people that we bring on need support. We need that support too. So we truly, truly appreciate you coming onto the platform. And this ain't the last of it. You're gonna be back on again, and we're doing this cover next week. Like I think it's gonna be amazing, man. So we appreciate you truly.
Yes, thank you for coming on. Carisha said that it was Parkinson's. It was Parkinson's.
Okay, thanks, Carisha. It's somebody else passed though.
Somebody else did because I know it came in 3s, but I can't remember because I was I came up around the time where the Osbournes were on MTV. So I grew up watching, coming home watching Sharon and Ozzy and Kelly and Jack and finding out they had more siblings and the siblings didn't want to be on the show and he was married before and it was a lot of drama. It was like a Kardashian type show. So I watched that a lot and I really enjoyed Kelly on Fashion Police and stuff like that. So just rest in peace to him. I know he had a lovely community and actually Ozzy used to do crazy stuff on stage, biting bats heads off and snorting fire ants and taking all the substances and doing all that he got his DNA tested and he found out that he had some kind of something in his DNA that made him live longer than what he should have, because if he had not had this in his DNA, the doctor said you would have been dead a long time ago with all the crazy stuff you was pulling. So they had did some kind of something on him and said he had some kind of eternal gene or something that had helped him get to this point, because they said that he should have passed a long time ago when he was crowd surfing and hitting his head and doing all that. So I do miss seeing that stuff. And he was Connie Francis.
Yeah, I saw she had passed.
Baby, I'm so in love with you. Y'all know I'm a TikTok person, so that was
James. See, I'm not. Look, James. I'm not the only one who be listening to other kind of music too. You hear cat singing?
So in love with. When I say I'm in when I say I like Katy Perry, I'm not joking.
Oh, I love Katy Perry, but I love Pink too.
I love Pink, and the thing is, I love black Pink and I love white Pink, because you get the I like the soul. I'm still a rock star. I got my rock moves. Like, listen, I'm telling you, like my Apple Music got everything. Listen, yesterday I was listening to "I'm a Genie in a Bottle." You gotta run me the right. Listen, I'm telling you,
I always like Aguilera though.
We're talking about getting cat. Don't listen. Don't.
I always like Aguilera.
Don't egg me on because I will sit here and sing all these dang songs. And Spurs said, I love seeing how the Osbournes live. It was really interesting. They were so rich, but they would fight and they would get into it, and Sharon would smack Ozzy on the head and stuff. So I just miss, and I actually miss those type of reality shows. I miss those family, shows where they show you, their dynamics and how they fight, and we just like y'all, So I really, really gonna miss Ozzy Osbourne for that. So rest in peace to him. And then this is, I'm gonna be my last hot topic because we went on here for a little bit. So the fight between Jackie Christie and her daughter.
I was hoping that's what you was gonna talk about. Man, she smacked her in the next year. She got She said, "I will beat your ass." What?
At the camera, like, God damn, I didn't fuck up in there. That's how she looked at the camera when Jackie hit her. She did that. She made that noise. And
oh my God,
that was just so funny. But so I want to know how you feel about Christian said my shuffle is real bipolar. Listen, I be having them listen. Christian like, what is this? Girl, put on something I like. She's like, what is this? Who is this? I don't know what this is. Turn this off.
Okay, so now.
So how do you feel about
I'm kind of on
who's right and wrong on the fight? Because there's been some different people.
I think they both are wrong.
Yes, dead wrong for sure.
I think they both are wrong. I am straddling the fence. So in one respect, I do think that you don't charge your mother like that. So she should have knocked the shit out of her. But for that to be on TV, and for Shawnee O'Neal to be behind this show, and you are married to a pastor, and I just think that there's and maybe this shouldn't be a project that Shawnee O'Neal is behind anymore. I just think that I don't know. I'm torn between that. I'm torn behind that. And I just feel like for us and for Black culture and for what we say that we want to represent, I just don't think that that's good for TV.
Yeah.
I do think that she should have knocked the shit out of her for charging her like that, but I don't think that should have been on TV though. And I just think the whole storyline, like the girl has been trying to get at Jackie and trying to fuck with her for a long time. So she got what she was looking for. But on the contrary, I just don't think that that's what we should be. I don't think that's how we should be looking on TV. I don't. And I'm not saying that I ain't watched Basketball Wives. I ain't saying that I didn't love it at one point and all of that. But I just don't think that current day, I don't think that that's what we should be showing of us on TV. Like that it sucks. But I get that, they looking for ratings and this is how they making their money and all of that kind of stuff. But sometimes all money ain't good money. So
absolutely.
And that's just my opinion. I mean, I know a lot of people are gonna feel different, but that's just kind of my opinion. But
yeah.
She did knock her ass into next year though.
Yes, she did.
I want to ask her, what do next year look like? Like what?
How is next year looking good? Because I need to know. I need to know what's the weather looking like over there? Because she knocked your ass into the next year.
Like I think that she's been antagonizing Jackie for a long time.
Yeah.
And I feel like the producers was waiting for it to build up to this because I think that
absolutely
I think it was predictable. Like I think something at some point or another was gonna happen.
Right.
I just think that I don't think that's how we should be looking on TV. But of course, the producers don't care, and Shawnee want to check, so she don't care. I mean, but it's interesting how like you got all this stuff out here, but then you don't even have don't even halfway be on the damn show or whatever. So.
So crazy. Before I get into my opinion, I did want to get into a couple comments. Thank you so much to Humble Sound Records saying that was a great interview with James Artissen. Thank you so much for watching.
Absolutely.
And then we had Kareem. We got to take it back to the Osbournes because DJ Spurs said they was just black with money.
CJ Raven, superstar. I see you.
CJ, yes, we got CJ Raven in the
CJ Star.
Y'all. Thank you, CJ Star, Miss CJ Star.
That's it. That's what it is. CJ Star, we see you.
Yeah. So she said she was black with money, and then Carisha said, "So y'all just gonna skip over how Kelly Osbourne looks like a whole new person and definitely a baddie now." Yes, Kelly took. Kelly was very much close to Joan Rivers, guys.
But
I don't know if you guys remember.
But she kind of been a baddie for a long time.
She was a plus size baddie, and she always
right.
did her thing. And then she lost weight, and she was still a baddie. No, James, we talking about Instagram baddie. We talking about lips. We talking about contoured face. We talking about, like, you're gonna have to look up the new Kelly. It's
clearly
like,
I ain't seen it. Okay.
Carisha be saying this, we ain't playing around. So she is literally, and that's why I said she was very close to Joan Rivers. And if you guys remember, Joan Rivers was like a big person that loved plastic surgery. So I think that she kind of took a thing out of Joan Rivers' book and went a little, crazy with it. But she looks really, really good. But let's get into Basketball Wives. So we got a lot of comments about that. DJ Square said daughter was wrong. As a mother, I wouldn't have this conversation with my child. And then I'm gonna get to Carisha's comment right over there. Square said, as a prime example of how parents behave affect how your children respect you. So yeah, I'm gonna give my opinion on that. 1 second, guys.
I'm sorry, y'all. My allergies is like on fire, so I know I've been rubbing my eye for about 20 minutes. Let me look at some of these comments. Listen, DJ Squirt, you are so right. You are so right. And listen, I know I'm a square from Delaware and all that kind of stuff. I just don't think that should have been on TV. Like, it really shouldn't. Like, she needed to get the shit beat out of her for charging her like that. But I just don't think that it should have been on TV though. So I don't know. Just me.
Okay, I'm back, y'all.
As I get old, DJ Squirt, I start to actually.
It shouldn't have been on TV.
I start to have a little sense and morals and stuff, But
so if you guys know, Jackie has had a complicated relationship with both of her daughters for a long time. If you're a longtime Basketball Wives fan, you will know that Chantel or Shani, whatever she likes to call her, she was always the preferred daughter. And Jackie has a daughter from another relationship that is a little darker, a little bigger. She has a speech impediment. So, Jackie never really favored that daughter. Let's see what Carisha said. The black sheep daughter, Takari, actually took up for Jackie when she was getting into it with her daughter. And this is the thing. Ever since Chantel has gotten on Basketball Wives, she has been going crazy. She came on there originally to come at Drea. If y'all don't remember, she was going at Drea over Drea's own man. And Drea had to check her. And she always was a habitual line stepper. So it just seemed like that is kind of like her personality, her MO. It just seemed like when Shani is there, she's there to pick at somebody. And she's looking for a certain reaction. So it's just really, really weird. DJ Square, my grown daughter did some outrageous stuff, but she never raised her voice or argued with me ever. And that's the thing. No matter how mad I've gotten to it with my mom over different things. I would never put my hands on my mama. To push my mind on TV, I'm gonna die. Like, it ain't even about my mom gonna knock me out. My mom's gonna take me out. Okay. So and that's something that I explain to people, like, no matter what, you have to respect your parents. You may not agree with them. You may not like what they're saying, but it's always about respect. You got to respect the people that brought you into this earth. And what Beyonce and them say, nobody wins when a family feuds. So it's like bringing that on a show. How are y'all the enemies of the show, the mother and daughter? Like, how is the whole show? Normally it's Evelyn versus this OG, or Evelyn versus this person, Tammy, or and now it's Jackie versus her daughter. Like, I think that was a weird combo for them to go for. I think that was very weird of Shani to push that for the season. They didn't have no drama. A lot of the people were making up and getting over their drama, and this is what you decided to focus on. I just feel like, for me as Jackie, I wouldn't even have why is your daughter there? One of my kids' little friends. Ain't that what parents say? So why you bring your daughter to be in your friend?
You said, ain't that what parents say?
Ain't that what parents say? I ain't one of your little friends. So it's just like, why did you even bring her on there? And to bring her on there and this what y'all doing? I could understand maybe y'all fighting tag teaming somebody together, but to be fighting each other, putting your hand, I would never put my hands on my mom, especially not on no platform. And I'm glad Jackie did what she did. And to the point where her daughter that she beefs with, Takari, took up for her, because at the end of the day, no matter what Jackie did to her, she said, I would never put my hands on her.
Yeah.
So it's just very, very rare. It's very, very weird. CJ said, I have never raised my hand on my mom either. And she was violent. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people have had abusive parents, and it's still about respect. And you over here worried about some he said, she said, oh, mom, this and this and that. Like, it was some petty BS that should have never been aired. And the thing is, she would never reference what the real problem is, which I understand. You don't want to reference what the problem is, but why are you trying to hash it out here? If it's not meant for TV, then it's not meant for TV. It's just, it's out of control.
I would never raise my hand to my mother. And I think it's about how you raise your kids. So, I mean, to me, that speaks volumes about, it speaks volumes about what the relationship has probably always been like.
DJ Skirt said, I went to happy hour once with my daughter and her friends in there, and I could not stay. Like, it just don't mix. But I think they did play right into, what the show wanted them to do. And people have always said that Shani O'Neal is, people like, she's conniving, she do this and she do that for storylines, and it's just ridiculous. Thank you, DJ Squirt, for being in the building. Thank you so much. We about to be off of here too. This was the last hot topic, honestly.
I know. Thank you to everybody that's been in there, because these comments been jumping.
These comments been jumping.
Comments been jumping. I'm seeing numbers are starting to go up. We really, really appreciate it. If you could share us with your friends and your family and just people and get other people to join the network. Join the network here on YouTube. And
our UGD land, you guys can be a part of our online community. Like, we just really is excited about this. Look what she said. Y'all have my husband on. She's so funny, man. Talking about he got a wedding coming up too. That had me cracking up, man. DJ Squirt, man, I'm telling you, she like me, honey. I'm gonna say it all, baby. I don't play.
Listen, I appreciate everybody so much. I appreciate you, Cat Queen. Like,
thank you so much. I did
really
have a few announcements before we ended the show. So first announcement, guys, I will be walking in my first runway show, you guys, this year. Your girl is a paid model now. So, and that is something that James Artissen kind of touched on. Stop telling people that they can't do stuff. Stop feeling like you're too old. It ain't no time.
I was trying to say, I didn't tell nobody that they I felt like you, because you got that eye when you talk. I almost felt like you was talking directly to me. I'm like, I didn't.
No, James Artissen was just talking about how people, will count you out or whatever, or sometimes we'll even count ourselves out.
You got to cut out the outside noise, and you got to stop falling into that space where people put you down. So then you start putting yourself down. Like, you could do whatever it is that you want to do. Like, you're an example of that. DJ Squirt is an example of that. I'm an example of that. Like, I have literally been doing media for 24 years, starting out of my mama kitchen, and I've been interviewing the biggest of the biggest of the biggest. Like, you could do whatever you want to do. People made it seem like you got to leave Cleveland. No, you don't. You could be wherever you at. You could be here. You could be in Texas. You could be in Missouri. You could be in Montana. Wherever you are, you could do this shit. It don't matter. And the only person stopping you from doing it is you. So if you believe you can't do it, then you can't do it.
If you can believe it,
I'm so with you on that.
It.
Listen,
I'm in my
no, I get it, but I'm so with you on that. I'm so behind you on that. Like, I'm constantly buying books and all kinds of stuff to read up on how you do XYZ or whatever. Like, we are making. And like for real, we could big up ourselves like all day long, because we are making some serious power moves.
Serious moves.
Like, we making some serious power moves. I'm gonna go down to Atlanta and start spread the word next weekend. I'll be down there, and I'm gonna hit the Bronx on August 17th, and I'm gonna hit Greensboro, North Carolina at the end of. So I hadn't talked to you yet, Kat. And we're going to talk after this. But my platform that I'm gonna be launching. I know y'all be like, he got 1 million platforms. That's why you have your own network, so you can have whatever you want. You can do whatever you want to do. People say you shouldn't do. I don't care. I'm gonna do what I could because it works for me and I'm successful with it. So my platform, the J Spot, which essentially I was doing the same thing through the Black Print, but now I'm gonna push that through the J Spot because the Black Print is really all about my book. But I don't tell a whole lot of people. I don't talk about it a whole lot. So it do seem weird when I do mention it and all of that kind of stuff. And you obviously already know Kat, but Fantasia Casey and JoJo knows my cousin. So we are doing, and they do a family reunion every year. Sometimes I go, sometimes I don't. They usually do like a New Year's Eve party. Sometimes I go, sometimes I don't. So I am going to the family reunion this September. And it's in September because it's designed around the matriarch and the patriarch of the family, like who, passed years ago. But that was their birthday. That was their birthday, anniversary, something or the other. But they always have it around September 27th. So, or they have it in September generally. So it's going to be that weekend of September 27th. They're doing the family reunion, but it's a picnic actually at her dad's house. And
wow,
I'm going, and we're gonna actually do a live episode of J Spot there with all of the family.
That's gonna be amazing.
Absolutely.
Guys.
I know you on the other side of the family, so you're not on the Barrino side of the family, but I absolutely need you to go. So we're gonna discuss that.
I'm gonna be there, cousin.
Listen, Cousin P. Is that true, Cousin P?
Is that true? They gonna be like, who you related to? I'm like,
listen, and I guarantee you, somebody gonna be like, girl, I said she was fat. I swear to God,
I guarantee they gonna be. That is so funny.
You just need to play into that shit.
Listen, you know how I be. I be like, girl, listen, it's been so long. That's how I be. And especially if I'm making me a plate, honey, because I'm getting some food. So,
but we are gonna do a live episode of the J Spot down there with all of the family, and I absolutely want you to go. So I know you have to. I know you got to work all of that out because that's school time.
And you said it was September, so yeah, it should be good for me. So yeah, we'll definitely get into that. We have so many amazing things going on, and especially with us individually and with the network. So what I was saying with my announcements, I will be walking in my first fashion show. It's going to be the Embrace Thy Curves for the Streets high-end streetwear fashion show. So I'm excited, guys. It's going to be my first time as a paid runway model. I have done a lot of print work and photo shoots and things like that. So I'm really broadening my horizons, and I'm excited, guys.
Look at what you've done this year. Like you are a paid model now. You're actually a paid host now because you hosted events. You've hosted multiple events now.
I'm just so excited.
Like look at what you're doing. Like that's a true example of somebody that's thriving and that's putting in the work to make it happen. Like kudos to you. Like,
and I also got word today that I will be in a magazine. James nominated me.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
No, but I'm just saying.
But they still had to check you out to see if you was good people though. So like you finna be in that magazine, and make sure that you let them know that you are an honoree for Who's Who in Black.
That's what I was about to. I was just about to get to that because it's a lot more in the team. But yes, I will be in.
I'm gonna act like Canvas. I ain't even say it.
I will be on in Canvas Rebel magazine, so I will be sharing a little.
Oh my God, no.
I will be sharing a little bit of my personal story. I know you guys see me a lot doing media, but I also, if you guys don't know, I am a motivational speaker as well.
Yeah.
So I have done a few events, motivational speaking, and so I'm going to kind of transfer that into an article. So if you guys want to hear about my story of overcoming from being a teen parent and take it back to CSA survivor. I was a survivor as child sexual abuse. I had a child at a young age, and my daughter is disabled, autistic. I went through health issues and getting my health back together, and now I'm living my dreams and working through media. So you'll be able to read a little bit more into my story in Canvas Rebel magazine. And also I have been had the wonderful honor and accolade of being one of the 2025 honorees with the Who's Who in Black Cleveland. So you guys, you'll be able to buy tickets. I'll be posting the tickets for the fashion show. That will be October 18th. And then we also have the dinner with the Who's Who. And so you guys could come celebrate because we got a lot to celebrate because I am not the only person that is a 2025 honoree. We also have Mr. James also as well being honored. So you guys, they will be selling who him right there, handsome, the handsome man right there. So you guys can come out and celebrate with our whole team. We'll probably end up getting a table.
Yeah, because our whole team is nominated. Like that's dope. Like
so you
dope.
guys can get a table, you can get a ticket to the actual award ceremony, and also there's going to be a booklet with all the honorees, and you could just buy the booklet as well. So I will be posting periodically all this information that you guys can be a part of it. If you would like to come celebrate with us, because it's going to be me, Honor, James, and who else? James, let them know.
It's I am, you are, Lady Poet is, Lucy. Everybody from Open Letters to a Survivor. So I know I'm missing a couple people.
And I thought it was someone else on the network.
Yeah, Kim, Cassandra. It's a number of them, who have been nominated and who are going to be honored. So it's like the entire team. Oh, Reese. Reese is
okay, that's what I was thinking that it was Reese, but I wasn't sure.
Reese is an honoree also.
Yes, Reese is honoree.
And it's just really dope because I've been an honoree before. Reese has been an honoree before. Lady Poet was an honoree last year. It's just really dope. Like I'm excited about it.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much to my family and CJ Star for the
and it speaks volumes too, just for what we're doing out here and
for what we're doing. Thank you so much. We have a special viewer watching tonight. Probably our youngest transcending the culture, our youngest transcender. I want to give a shout out to my nephew Baby Day.
What's
all the way out in Houston with Carisha. He is watching. He's been watching the whole show, and he is just proud to be cheering his auntie on. He said, "Yay!" and congratulations to me. Love you, Daylin. I miss you. Thank you for always supporting me. And he actually drew a picture of me. And I got lashes on. And I said, all I see is this. And I said, what's that? He said, when you're on your show. He said, you put your makeup on when you're on the show. And I said, that is so sweet. So I be having that with me and looking at that, like, because, normally I be running around like a ooga booga. But I try to get myself a little.
Never. Don't do that. Don't do that. Nah, a lie ain't nothing for a nigga to tell. Don't do that.
Yes, you be calling me out. You my Felicia braids in, like, what's up? So yes, thank you so much to my family and my friends for celebrating with us, and congratulations to the whole UGD team. We are out here really moving collectively, working collectively, pushing each other. We have a great team, and I cannot wait to just cheer everybody on and accept this award. And it's just, it's so much going on. Like, we just have so much, guys.
I'm excited, and again, there's so much going on with the network. I know we're getting ready to cut out of here for tonight, but I definitely want you guys to continue to watch us. Please make sure that you bookmark us. Make sure that you join the network on YouTube if you have not already. Just make sure you subscribe. It's free to subscribe, and like we truly need and appreciate the support. So please share us with who you can. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you continue to watch. Tomorrow, I will be live at 6 p.m. with UGD Live. I may have a couple other co-hosts on with me. I haven't ironed that piece out yet. However, we will have Miss Monet on the platform tomorrow. So she is an amazing singer. She's got a residency going on in Las Vegas. Definitely got some good music out there right now. She's doing, well, I'll let her talk about it, but she's got a really huge project that she's working on. That really pays homage to one of our dear legends out there. So I definitely, hope and pray that you guys are watching tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is here on the network, UGD Podcasting and Radio.info. We will be live at 6 p.m. Also at 8 p.m. tomorrow, there is a new episode of Comfortable Conversations TV with your host, Leah. She's going to be on tomorrow at 8 p.m. So make sure that you guys check that out. That is a one-time thing that she'll be on a Thursday at 8 p.m. That is because we were going to do it Monday and we didn't get a chance to do it. And we knew that Cat Queen didn't have Cat Got Your Tongue going on.
Yes, Cat Got Your Tongue.
That's the only reason that is at 8 p.m. on a Thursday.
Cat Got Your Tongue is on hiatus for the summer, y'all. Y'all know these kids is home for the summer, and it's so hard to get some things done with my baby Kayla, y'all. She is making so many strides. Y'all know she did her little bike camp, and she's doing her job. So I'm doing the mommy thing in the summer. And James, listen, do you want to know where all me and these kids went yesterday? Let me tell you, the gym, the park. The pool, Top Golf, all yesterday.
Okay.
I said,
now I'm around the corner from Top Golf. Why I ain't know about that?
It's one in Akron now. So,
it's
in Green, and I actually like it. It's smaller and it's a little more cozier than the big giant.
Come out there. I didn't know it was one out there.
Yeah, it's out in Green. It was really, really nice. So we took my nephew, and he had his two little friends, and all they names make they initials spell out gas, so they was like the gas crew.
Guns are going down. I apologize. I'm putting the guns down. I apologize. I sure thought you was around the corner from my house and they say nothing. We was gonna fight for real.
For sure. But yeah, so we went and did that, and for all you parents, please know that. Yeah, so what I was saying is for the parents, they're the zoo, Top Golf, the YMCA, and the movies are all doing different discounted rates and things for the summer to get the kids out. So if you guys are looking for some different things to do, definitely check those places out. I definitely want to go to the zoo, and I want to go to the art museum. There's an artist, Takashi. He is doing this installation that I have been so inspired by. I even did my hair to match the installation before, because he works with a lot of flowers and different things. So you guys definitely look to check that out. But that's all I have for you guys tonight.
Listen, I'm excited. Make sure that you guys check us out tomorrow again. UGD Live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow with Miss Monet.
Exciting.
It's a whole lot happening. I don't think I've booked next Wednesday yet, but I can tell you that August 6th, we're going to have Big Hef here on Big Hef.
The biggest.
So he's going to be here.
I'm so excited.
He's going to be here on Transcending the Culture on the 6th. And it's a number of other people. We got 2 cover stories coming out with UG Digital Magazine this coming Friday. So make sure that you guys check for those. That's with Billy Whedon and Jimmy Gary Jr. So those will be out this coming Friday. If you don't recall, both Philly Whedon was on the Black Print this past Saturday. We also had DJ Squirt on this past Saturday, so you can check both of those interviews out on the network.
Great interviews.
Had Jimmy Gary Jr., who was on last week on the platform.
That was good too. I didn't know he was on all those shows, so when I went to go follow him, I'm like,
and this was his second time coming on, because when I interviewed him before, he was on Orange Is the New Black.
Yeah, so I was just so excited when I really realized who he was, and I'm like, I've been enjoying him for years.
Yeah, Soap Dish is going to be coming. That's with my mom, and we started out with the intention of just talking about Beyond the Gates, but now we're actually going to be getting into a lot of the older TV shows and connecting with some of the stars from those older TV shows. So that's going to take a different spin, but we are still doing Beyond the Gates though. We just been taking that time.
That would be good.
Actually, I'm working on the social media piece. So I know that Cat Queen and I have pretty much made our social media uniform. I am James Grant. She is at Cat Queen. But then I also am creating social media for all of the platforms, namely Facebook, because that gives us more of the website kind of piece, and we can get a little deeper and have some conversations there on Facebook chat and all of that stuff. So there will be new Facebook pages coming over the next few days for all of the platforms, and then you'll be able to find more details and information and stuff there, almost just as if you were on ugdigital.com, which obviously that's still going to be running too. We have Culture Crave that's going to be coming as well. So we're getting to the point where we're going to start building that out now. And we're building out UGD Land, which is going to be on Mighty Networks. So whole lot going on. We appreciate you guys. Hashtag. You know I'm sleeping.
That's our favorite.
Listen, I'm tired and I'm acting this wild. But
you start getting delirious. I was the one making all the noises, meow, bark, bark, bark. I'm doing all of that. So we have some different sorts today. Hashtag say congratulations. Thank you so much. Hashtag, we out here doing so much. I know that he told me he wouldn't be able to make it to the fashion show. But we are going to be, I think, getting a table for we are both being honored for the Who's Who in Black Cleveland. So you're definitely more than welcome to always celebrate with us, because you are one of our biggest supporters, and we would love to always have you there. Thank you for stopping through. We about to end this thing though. We tired, boss.
Yeah, you could close us out. I'm tired.
Yeah, so I'm gonna close us out. So you guys, make sure you guys follow us. I'm at Cat Queen. James, authentically James Johnson. You can actually find me on Facebook under at Cat Queen. Make sure you guys check out all the shows we had airing the past week, and make sure you come in and tune in with us next week. We're gonna have an amazing show next week. We'll be shouting out who will be the guest, and then the week after that we'll have Big Hef on the show. So thank you to all the people. I actually
reached out to somebody for next Wednesday. I'm just waiting on a response.
Okay, so we're gonna be having we done got some shout outs from also Sierra Gates from the Glam Shop gave us a shout out.
It's on my Instagram. It's on TikTok. It's everywhere.
Yes.
She shouted us out, man. She like, UGD, man, thanks for coming out. I know what to do. I was a little beside
I know.
myself.
So happy. We listen. Kat love her some love and hip hop. And I'm going to be doing some rewatches on TikTok. So you guys make sure you follow me at Cat Queen on TikTok, because I'm going to be doing some rewatches and also doing it live. So you guys can kind of rewatch and recap the past seasons with me as well. But we are out of here. Thank you to DJ Squirt, Carisha for tearing up them comments, CJ Star, hashtag, Charmaine, thank you, Bestie, for always coming through. And we are out of here, y'all.
We are out.
Peace.